$18,000 a year. That is the entire annual budget I am about to walk you through. $1,500 a month, below the federal poverty line for a single person, set at $15,650 in 2025. And yet thousands of Americans are right now mathematically running their entire lives on this exact figure. Some by necessity, many by deliberate choice. Because here is what the financial planning industry will not tell you. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reports the average single-person household in this country is now spending between $4,200 and $4,800 every month. A 65% gap between what most people spend and what extreme frugality practitioners have proven is genuinely livable. This is not an argument for the acceptance of poverty. This is a forensic operational manual. Every number is sourced from federal data and from documented practitioners who have publicly logged their spending for over a decade. Over the next 12 minutes, I will show you the exact line item budget, the geographic moves required, the food and healthcare math, and the mathematical exit ramp that turns this protocol into one of the most aggressive wealth-building engines in modern personal finance. Let me show you exactly how this works. We begin with the budget itself, two operational modes. The Thrive budget assumes successful geographic arbitrage and a stable, optimized lifestyle. The Survive budget strips everything to bare actuarial minimums. In the Thrive version, housing comes in at $550, utilities $80, groceries $200, transportation $150, healthcare $150, insurance covering auto and renters at $80, phone and internet $40, personal hygiene $50, clothing $30, entertainment $50, buffer $120. That sums to exactly $1,500. The Survive version drops housing to $400, groceries to $150, healthcare to $80, clothing and entertainment to $0. The buffer balloons to $600 to absorb a blown transmission, an emergency dental crown, or a flight home for a family crisis. Compare that to the median single American budget. Housing alone is $1,800. Transportation, $850. Total monthly spend, around $4,500. The differential is exactly $3,000 a month. Hold on to that figure, because by the end of this video, that gap becomes the most important number in your financial life. Here is the brutal first reality. You cannot execute this budget in New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Boston, Seattle, or Washington, D.C. The U.S. median asking rent for a studio apartment in early 2026 registered at $1,393. Pay that and nothing else, and you have $107 left for everything else for the entire month. So, you must move. Geographic arbitrage is the central mechanism. The cheapest viable U.S. metros in 2026 include Toledo, Ohio at $818 with listings under $550, Wichita, Kansas at $842, Springfield, Missouri, where 126 listings sit under $700, plus Youngstown, Ohio and Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you are willing to leave the country, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam runs you $1,036 all in, Chiang Mai, Thailand $1,221, Tirana, Albania $1,100. One critical update: Lisbon, Portugal is no longer viable. To live under $1,500 in Portugal, you have to relocate to a rural aldea. Now to housing strategy. Housing alone consumes 33% of the average American budget at $2,189 a month. Our cap is $600. That number does not exist in normal American real estate. Practitioners deploy unconventional strategies: house hacking, renting a multi-bedroom home in a low-cost city and splitting the rent. A 3-bedroom in Wichita averaging $1,200 split 3 ways is exactly $400 per person. Tiny homes are seductive but treacherous. Manufacturers quote shells between $30,000 and $60,000, but novices routinely miss the catastrophic hidden costs of site preparation, which can effortlessly add $20,000, and full-time vehicle dwelling severs the rent tether entirely. Bob Wells of Cheap RV Living has documented a complete monthly operating budget of $875, with 0 campsite fees because boondocking on Bureau of Land Management land is free for 14 days per location. And here is the lever almost nobody knows about. At $18,000 a year, the Department of Housing and Urban Development classifies you as extremely low income in virtually every American jurisdiction. Section 8, vouchers cap your rent at 30% of adjusted income. At $1,500 a month gross, your legal rent is suppressed to $450. The catch: Average waitlist times exceed 3 years. Now, to the food math, because this is where most aspiring practitioners break. The U.S. Department of Agriculture publishes the Thrifty Food Plan, the official lowest cost tier the government produces to represent a nutritious diet. In 2026, it prices at $312 per month for an adult male and $249 for an adult female. And the USDA explicitly tells you single-person households must add a 20% premium because they lack the economies of scale a family has. The official thrifty baseline for a single person sits between $300 and $374 a month. We are targeting $200, undercutting the government's own poverty line food estimate by 30 to 45%. It is mathematically possible. The daily allowance works out to $6.66. Meat becomes a flavoring agent, not a centerpiece. Calorie base is rice, beans, lentils, and potatoes. Protein from eggs, canned tuna, and the cheapest cuts of meat broken down and immediately portioned and frozen. Fresh produce restricted to root vegetables. You shop exclusively at Aldi, Lidl, or Walmart. And here is the leverage point. At $1,500 a month gross, you sit firmly below the SNAP gross monthly income limit of approximately $1,696 for a single household in 2026. If you meet the work requirements of 20 hours per week, you qualify for a maximum SNAP allotment of $298 a month, which means your $200 grocery budget effectively zeroes out, and the full $200 flows directly into your emergency buffer. Transportation. The average household spends over $1,110 a month moving around. We have $150. The math only works if you eliminate financing entirely. A 2005 to 2010 Toyota Corolla or Honda Civic in the $3,000 to $5,000 range. Liability-only insurance because comprehensive on a $4,000 vehicle is financial malpractice. $70 a month for insurance, $45 for fuel, $35 accrued for oil, filters, and tires. The bulletproof method to defeat automotive inflation is to eliminate the engine entirely. An e-bike costs pennies per charge. Now to the most dangerous category, healthcare. A single medical event without coverage triggers bankruptcy, non-negotiable. The COVID-era enhanced ACA subsidies expired at the end of 2025. Marketplace premiums in 2026 surged by an estimated 114% for those caught in the gap. But here is what the headlines miss. An individual earning $18,000 a year sits at exactly 115% of the federal poverty level. Under the 2026 IRS rules, your premium contribution is capped at 2.1% of gross income, $31.50 a month for a benchmark silver plan after tax credits. And in the 40 states that accepted ACA Medicaid expansion, an individual at this income level qualifies for free Medicaid, premium of $0. Many practitioners go further with direct primary care clinics, flat fees averaging $50 to $80 a month by unlimited office visits, basic procedures, and 24/7 telehealth. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, enacted in 2025, now allows these fees to be paid using tax-advantaged health savings account funds. For everything else, the rules are surgical. Renter's insurance at $10 to $15 a month is mandatory. Auto insurance at state minimum only. Life insurance generally skipped. Umbrella insurance never. You are virtually judgment-proof at this asset level. Telecommunications. Mint Mobile in 2026 offers unlimited talk and text with 5 gigabytes of 5G data for $15 a month. The hotspot inside that plan replaces home internet entirely. Streaming and cable permanently cut. Utilities under 500 square feet stay below $80 with thermostat suppression. Now let me anchor this in reality. Pete Adeney, who writes as Mr. Money Mustache, retired in his early 30s on annual expenses for his family of 3 between $24,000 and $27,000. His framing of middle-class consumption, quote, an exploding volcano of wastefulness, end quote. Adeney earned a high-tech salary in the 90s and amassed a $600,000 portfolio plus a paid-off house before he pulled the plug. Jacob Lund Fisker, retired astrophysicist, lived for over a decade on $7,000 a year. $500 for housing in an RV park, $100 for food. He wore clothes until they failed catastrophically. Liz and Nate Thames, the Frugalwoods, achieved financial independence in under 3 years with the philosophy, quote, the less money you need to live on, the more you save, and the less you need to earn, end quote. They paired extreme frugality with exceptionally high dual incomes in Boston. The pattern is unmistakable. Aggressive spending compression, plus a high savings accumulation phase, plus total elimination of debt. The frugality, plus the spread, plus the time, is the engine. Now here is what the consumer-facing financial industry will never tell you in plain language. Take that $3,000 monthly differential, invest it into a low-cost S&P 500 index fund returning a conservative 8% annualized. In 15 years, that monthly investment grows to over $1,040,000. Then, apply the 4% rule, the safe withdrawal rate established by the Trinity study. You need 25 times your annual expenses invested to retire indefinitely. A median American spending $54,000 a year needs $1.35 million to retire. An individual living on $18,000 a year needs $450,000. The median worker needs 40 years to assemble $1.35 million. The extreme frugality practitioner reaches $450,000 in under a decade. Now I owe you the honest counter-argument. Best-selling author Ramit Sethi has been the loudest critic of this framework. He argues, quote, "Spend extravagantly on the things you love, as long as you cut costs mercilessly on the things you don't." End quote. He correctly points out there is a hard limit to how much you can cut, but no limit to how much you can earn. He is not wrong. The other risks. The actuarial margin of error is razor thin. A serious medical diagnosis or a major car accident can derail the entire system. This protocol is structurally incompatible with raising children, supporting elderly parents, or managing chronic medical conditions. And social isolation is a documented severe risk. Long-term success requires new social frameworks built around zero-cost activities. Here is your 3-step protocol if you are seriously considering this. First, run a full 90-day audit of your existing spending before you cut anything. Bank statements, credit card statements, every recurring subscription. You cannot compress what you have not measured. Second, identify the geographic decision. The $550 housing line is the spine of this entire budget. If you cannot make that number happen in your current city, the protocol is not a plan. It is a fantasy. Pick a metro, but you must pick. Third, build the spread before you change anything else. Even at half this protocol, the gap between income and spending invested for 15 years is the engine. Open the brokerage account. Set up the automatic transfer the same day your paycheck hits. Make the savings invisible to yourself. $18,000 a year is not a poverty sentence if you are choosing it. It is permission to stop earning to spend. I am not a financial advisor. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not personalized financial, tax, or investment advice. The strategies discussed carry significant risk and are not appropriate for everyone. Always consult with a qualified professional before making decisions about your specific situation.